is that we have a built-in mechanism we are born with, guys. Remember that. We're born with this mechanism to be able to self-regulate, meaning we have a branch like the sympathetic branch and the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system. They work on a complementary basis. So if, let's say, I get too excited, my parasympathetic comes in and says, okay, slow down, wait for a moment, take a breath, and it will regulate me unconsciously on a daily basis all day long, and I'm not even paying attention to it. It's working beautifully. However, if I get stressed and there's too much happening, of course I get stressed in normal life, and that's why this nervous system is built for it. But if I get too stressed, it's too much, too fast, too soon, then I lose that capacity to do it on my own unconsciously. Is that we look at where the strength is in the person. We're looking at what already exists as resources. We're looking at what already works. And so resources play a very, very big role in it. I was just presenting to my students in Israel, and I came up with something that resources are actually the emotional muscles of our capacity to heal, which, by the way, in SE, we've called it the healing vortex. We have the trauma vortex, which is all of the symptoms of when we are upset and overwhelmed and dysfunctional, and a lot of our autonomic functions are not working very well, we're unbalanced. And the healing vortex is the opposite. It's our capacity, our inherent capacity to heal, and also which means, what does it mean when I'm self-regulated? That means I can contain difficult emotions without acting out, without getting into destructive patterns. I can function, I can connect with people, I can connect with myself, I can connect with the world and with nature and with God for the people for whom that is important. And I'm in a good relationship. I can communicate what I need, and I can hear, very important, what other people need too. So excess energy in the system dysregulates the system. Dysregulated system has to do with the autonomic nervous system, which is in charge, by the way, listen to that, Eugene, of all of our autonomic functions. Can you imagine? Meaning that my sleep pattern, my breath pattern, my heartbeat, my temperature, the temperature of my body, my appetite, my sex drives, everything can get affected by my dysregulation. We're talking about my whole life becomes upside down. Then, of course, if all of these things are off, what am I going to do? I'm going to be irritable. I'm going to snap at people. That's going to mess up my relationship with people. Maybe at work, maybe my spouse, maybe my kids, maybe the teacher with the kids in the classroom. Dysregulation is actually a true issue. I have the right to be angry at something that's not going well, because my anger is actually telling me somebody crossed my boundaries or did something that's harmful. So my anger is actually very legitimate. The difference between trauma and regulation is not that I won't have problems. It's not that I don't have conflicts. It's not that I'm not going to deal with them. That's not it at all. Is that what is the product of my action, whether I talk or I act, my words or my actions? What is the effect? Am I creating more problems? Am I conduit for the trauma vortex? Am I creating more harmony and communication and compromise and the ability to work together? Then I'm a conduit for the healing vortex. Bring the body into everything, because the body is the healer. The concept of the body as a healer. So what does it mean? So let's say I think about my grandchildren.
Yeah.
And when I think about them, what do I notice in my body? I have a breath that comes up, smile in my face, my eyes are a little bit more shiny. And, maybe I relax more in the chair. So all of these things that I just did grounded that thought of my grandchildren, which is one of my resources, into my body. Right that moment, I strengthen my capacity to heal.
Wasn't that absolutely fantastic? I'm sure that you found a lot of information in this very short video you just saw, maybe like 4 or 5, 6 minutes, however long it was. But that is not all. You can have access to the entire presentation of this amazing speaker, plus 40 more other presentations and speakers, and you can have access for life. You can have access to the video recording, to the audio recording, to the swipe files, to the transcripts, to all of the bonuses and the special gifts that all of the speakers and presenters and also the organizers are offering in the Premium Pass package. So if you like this, if you want more, make sure to sign up below for the Premium Pass and have lifetime access to everything. I'm sure it'll be one of the best investments you've ever made in your life, in yourself, in your practice, in your health, and also with working with clients. So go ahead, click